for a moment of silence. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
There are 17 present, with Member Bryant absent.
First order of business is the approval of the December 5th, 2022 meeting minutes. Is there a motion? Member Williams, Member Allison. Any questions, comments, or corrections? Seeing none, please vote.
Okay, hold on just a minute, please. The very first one.
For the general public, we're switching to a new software tonight to be able to vote from our iPads, so it might be a little off than normal.
Okay. It should be up there now. Can you all see it?
I cannot.
At 6:05, everything's going to prompt.
Should have prompted by now, right?
Yeah, I just refreshed it.
Did we go back out? Myself. You can't do this. Okay, you.
Okay. No. Well, at least after the first one, we'll hopefully have it running smoothly. Wow.
Williams and Allison.
Have to read it off. You have to read it.
Okay, let's see if everybody's voted. Member Alsasser, how are you voting?
Aye.
As soon as Member Phelan goes, it'll. Let's see if she's got her iPad. Let me see if it registered her.
Can you?
Yes, Member Blair voted yes. I can see it. Member Phelan, how would you like to vote? Okay, why is it saying 18? Thank you, sir. I'm just showing 18 votes, and there's not 18 here, so that's what I'm trying to just figure out before I move forward.
You have 3 no votes, that's why. So you have 15 votes.
Oh, because I
And
can't
then
go
you have
in.
3 no votes.
Mhm.
So it still would give you a total of 18.
I see, okay.
So you have 15 ayes. Which you,
Oh, 2 more
because she's going to
online.
show she's going to show Phelan as a not voting. 'Cause she had to do aye.
17 ayes.
Or, yeah.
Let's see if they got his fixed before we move on. No,
We will
unfortunately.
in the future, though, right?
Yes, so they're working on it where I can, you have to be,
So just for everybody's sake,
yeah, when they get the system upgraded.
once the system gets upgraded and some of the stuff, so for temporarily, we will not be seeing on the screens the votes. The clerk will have to read the vote total. That's why it was 17 ayes and 1 absent. 17 ayes and 1 absent. So
Also, once we do get the upgrade, because of the system runs so slow, in order for me to show you my screen and show you the votes, because I can see the votes here, and it's actually logged, so it's tallied. But because the system runs so slow, by the time I would download it so that I could show it on that screen, it would just take up too much of the time. So that's why I'm having to read them off for now. But we're hoping to get that fixed as soon as possible. So that was 17 ayes on the minutes, motion of the minutes.
next we have proclamations and presentations. I'm going to use chairman's prerogative and move a proclamation recognizing Randy Weber for his lifetime of public service up to first. Dan Couch. Randy's children here.
Okay, this is Tara Bender and Jeff Bender. That's Randy's daughter and his son-in-law. Whereas Peoria County wishes to recognize Randy Weber's lifetime of public service, and whereas Mr. Weber served as a correctional officer for the Peoria County Sheriff's Office for 35 years, from July 1978 until his retirement in July 2013. And whereas Mr. Weber worked as a county security officer and transport officer during his tenure, making him one of the first faces courthouse staff saw every morning. And whereas Mr. Weber served the sheriff's office with distinction, having received Correctional Officer of the Month multiple times from 1989 to 1991, a letter of commendation in 1991 and 93, life-saving awards in 93 and 94, and was a recipient of the Correctional Officer of the Year Award in 1990 and 2005. And whereas Mr. Weber was a member of the Peoria County Fraternal Order of Police Union, including serving as vice president for jail and court. And whereas, after retiring from the Peoria County Sheriff's Office, he worked for 7 years driving a school bus for special needs children for the Dunlap School District. And whereas Mr. Weber was appointed to the Peoria County Zoning Board of Appeals from May 2022 through January 2023. And whereas his commitment to his community extended further through his 22 years of service as a trustee on the Kickapoo Township Board, plus 2 years previously as a member of the Kickapoo Township Planning and Zoning Commission. In addition, he was part of the Peoria County Township Officials Association for many years, and twice served as president of the association. Now therefore, I, James C. Dillon, chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize the lifetime of public service of Randy Weber and thank him for his service to our community. Dated this 12th day of January AD 2023.
I just want to thank the Peoria County Board for this kind gesture. I would really have loved it if my dad could have been here, but he wasn't able to. I did ask him if there was anything that he would like me to say on his behalf, and he just said that he really loved his time his 35 years at the courthouse, and he met a lot of wonderful people and made a lot of friends through the years, and he just really enjoyed his service to Peoria County and all the things that he did. So thank you very much.
Next is a proclamation.
Sorry. Tara and Jeff, I just wanted to thanks for sharing your dad, or Tara, your dad, for us here. When I started here 16 years ago, Randy was the first face that you meet after you get elected when you have to come in through the turnstiles, and he was always just a fantastic person. And I know it was a tough job, but he always had a smile on his face. And when I called him to be on planning zoning, he didn't even blink twice. He said, "How can I do it?" and signed right up. And I know he's a special guy, and I appreciate you guys sharing with him as Peoria County. And I know the sheriff had great things and fantastic things to do it. So it was really a joint proclamation between the sheriff's office and the county board. So thank you.
Next is a proclamation congratulating the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer team on their first place finish in the 2022 IHSA Class 2A State Championship.
I'm taking the privilege of this one. So I actually graduated from Notre Dame, so did Jennifer. Do you want to come up here with me and read it also? So, is anybody else from Notre Dame? This is one I was taking the chair privilege of. It's not every day. A high school wins, but Mike and Coach Driscoll prior to him and everybody have really built quite a dynasty in soccer and a tradition to be proud of and represent Peoria well, just like the next team that's coming too. So whereas Peoria County congratulates Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer team on their 2022 IHSA Class 2A championship, and whereas the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer team soccer's 2022 season included their 16th state tournament appearance, 22nd sectional title, and 14th state trophy, making their program the first all-time in Illinois history in all three of those categories. Whereas the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer team championed over Chatham Glenwood with a final score of 3-1 in the final 2022 game for the state championship, and whereas Peoria County acknowledges the hard work and dedication of each and every player, both on and off the field. Whereas Athletic Director David Rudolph, Head Coach Mike Baer, and Assistant Coaches Danny Driscoll, Danny Burke, Noel Zerbonia, and Mark Stride were all instrumental in leading the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer program to this historic victory. And whereas Peoria County is proud of this impressive season of the 23 wins to only 3 losses and 1 tie for the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize the Peoria Notre Dame boys soccer team on being Illinois state champions for the 5th time in program history. And so, if you don't know, this is Coach Baer. He's married to my cousin, and Danny is my cousin. Long line of coaches. His dad also coaches the wrestling team. And as all the coaches come through here, it's not just go coach for an hour. It's a lifetime commitment and after hours and all the things that they do. I know you guys put your heart and soul in it, and it isn't for money, but it's for training the next generation. So thank you. So Mike, I'll let you introduce your team and say a few words.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely not for money. I coach at Peoria Notre Dame High School at a Catholic school. So, but it's a real joy to be at Peoria Notre Dame, and I didn't know I was going to have to speak today, so I'll keep it relatively brief. We were just at City Hall a couple weeks ago, and one of the things I said there was we travel all over the state. We travel all over the Midwest. We play national level competition, and we're always just very proud to represent the city of Peoria, Peoria County. When we go on these trips, we try to represent the county, the city in the right way, in the way we carry ourselves, in the way that we play on and off the field. So it's a real honor to be here tonight. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you to the board for having us here tonight. It was a really incredible season. It didn't go perfectly, but we played really well at the right time. We won a lot of close games in the postseason, and we were able to win our 5th state title. I know some of the things you said in the proclamation are just really special to me because I'm an alum of Peoria Notre Dame. I played at Peoria Notre Dame in the late 90s. Very proud of the program. Coach Driscoll, who wasn't able to be here tonight. We also got a lot of basketball players, so they weren't able to be here tonight, multi-sport athletes. But I played for Coach Driscoll at Peoria Notre Dame, and that's one of the reasons I'm back here standing here today, because of him and because of the experiences I had at Peoria Notre Dame and with the soccer program. So it's very much about tradition at Peoria Notre Dame with our soccer program, and we're very proud to add another star to our uniform, and hopefully we can continue to be successful and try to go back-to-back next year, which we've never done before. So thank you again for having us tonight. Yeah. So I actually did bring a roster just in case you did this to me, because we don't have everybody here tonight, but I want to read everybody's name. So if you are here, if you just want to take a step forward and raise your hand so they know who you are. Fabi Arellano, Dylan Bear, Andrew Bonham, Alex Brown, Julian Corona, Teddy Dimmler, Tommy Graham, Thatcher Hogan, Caden Hudson, David Joseph, Richie Kuby, Teddy LaHood, Braden Lehman, Nevin Liebert, Max Mattarelli, Joseph Menke, Joel McIntyre, Zach Nethery, Patrick O'Donnell, Nathan Oliver, Sebastian Salazar, Declan Schuler, Dylan Stickelmeyer, Dominic Taylor, Logan Walbeezer, Enrique Zamora. And then my assistant coaches that are with me here tonight is Danny Burke, my brother-in-law, and Noel Zerbonia. And Mark Stride and Danny Driscoll couldn't be here tonight, but that's our state championship team. Thank you again.
Little Burke wants Little Burke too, man.
Next would be a proclamation recognizing the Peoria Lions football team on their 2nd place finish in the 2022 IHSA Class 5A State Championship.
Indeed, it's an honor for me, especially me, to be able to read this proclamation that we have adopted for this football team. I spent 34 years not as a student, but as a teacher and coach at Peoria High School, and was involved in football as well as track and field, and also head of the social studies department. And I know what these people have sacrificed to do, and I know that they got a lot of support, not only from their parents, but from classmates, as well as administrators, especially their AD, Brian Dunphy, who I think is one of the best ADs around our whole state, and I think some of those coaches. Okay, amen is usually at the end. Are you saying I should end it? Okay, but anyway, this team overcame some injuries and so forth, and the guy that led them, of course, was Tim Thornton, who I have really have a lot of respect for, and most of the coaches that play against him, they know they better be prepared, because he has this team prepared. But one thing I've found out about Tim is not only is he a good coach, a good father, but he also is a very caring individual, and I think his players all know that he cares for each one of them. And that's very, very important in a relationship. Now it gives me great pleasure to read this proclamation for this football team. Whereas Peoria County congratulates the Peoria High School football program on the 2022 IHSA Class 5A's second place achievement. And whereas the Peoria Lions' impressive 2022 season of 12 wins to only 2 losses saw an average of 53 points per game, including a 76-56 victory over Morris to advance to the finals, and a loss of only 45-44 to state champion Nazareth Academy. And whereas Peoria County acknowledges the hard work and dedication of each and every player, both on and off the field. Furthermore, recognizing that every varsity starter for the past 13 seasons has always been academically eligible to play, and whereas Athletic Director Brian Dunphy, Head Coach Tim Thornton, and assistant coaches Jeff Roper, Ben Mahan, Asa Lewis, Chip Bates, Jeff Bloom, Montel Burton, Aaron Montgomery, Kwan O'Neill, Dave Fowler, Maurice Montford, Marvis Dixon, Corey Scott, Eric Black, and Daryl Smith were all instrumental in leading the Peoria Lions to these achievements. And whereas Peoria County is proud of the Peoria High School football program's historic accomplishments as well, including being the alma mater for 24 current professional and collegiate football players, and being the only school listed twice in the top 10 all-time points scored in a season. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize the Peoria High School football program for their significant 2022 season and continued success in athletic history, dated this 12th day of January, AD 2023. James Dillon, Peoria County Board Chairman, Rachel Parker, Peoria County Clerk. Congratulations, guys. I'm going to let Tim introduce the team members and his coaches that are here. Just remember this, Peoria High School has a lot of history. They are the oldest chartered public high school in the state of Illinois, 1856. ISU took our first principal and made him their president, so we are older than they are. And these guys are adding to our history.
Thank you. Thanks for having us here tonight. We do have one more award that we got after this was written. We were awarded, they give it to one team of the state for football at all levels. We were awarded the Sportsmanship Award as well. So proud of our guys and faculty for that. Coaches, we were all announced already. I'll announce the players that we have here. If I went down our whole list, you guys might not get home tonight. So I'll just get you with the guys we got here today. But Jameer Fuller, Keegan DeFord, you guys give them a little wave so they know which one of you I'm talking about. They haven't met you before. AJ Roscoe, Mathino Fuller, Dominic Bautista, and Deuce Thornton. Thank you all.
Coach, I can't have you down here and not say something about you and Bloomy and all the rest of your coaches. So, dating myself here too, me and Coach Thornton played against each other, and I've known Bloom for, I feel like, all my life too. So, and a bunch of their other coaches that couldn't be here. But you want to talk about a family. This is truly a family from even when they were down at Woodruff to what they've done at Peoria High. Gentlemen, you represented this city with honor and fantastic, and had people that probably never watched a football game all year tuned in watching you, rooting for you guys. and you represented us well. And I know what you guys put in because of what your coaches ask of you. So even in the summer, coaches are still working, still calling. I know you guys, from what I hear and I've seen and done, and just it is what Coach said today about them being a family. It truly is a family, and I couldn't ask for a better group of gentlemen to represent this city and coaches to represent Peoria too. So thank you, and appreciate you coming down here tonight. Is there anybody else that'd like to say anything?
We had no one turn in their slip for citizens' remarks, so.
So we have one more proclamation that was not on there, but would Member Williams please come up? So it's pin time. So I get the honor of having this seat where I get to give my dear friend Sharon Williams, and I know the work that she puts in onto the county board because I see it every day. So it's been a pleasure, and Peoria County is way better off for the last 10 years of you being down here. So here's your 10-year pin.
Thank you. Wow, it went by in a flash. 10 years, I can't believe it. I just want to say I just have made such good friends around this horseshoe. Some more than others, Linda. But I just appreciate all the work that everybody does on behalf of Peoria County, and onward.
Perfect.
We would be at consent agenda.
Is there a motion to approve? Member Renault, Member Hare, Member Ricker.
Yeah, I'd like to pull C12, please.
Is there anybody else that would like to pull any of the?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Member Alsasser.
I don't want to pull the appointments, but I do want to point out that there's three new trustees being appointed to the Akron-Princeville Fire Department. The three gentlemen that go off are John Bliss, Mike Spurgeon, and Ray Delbridge, and they have a combined total of 160 years of volunteer service to the Princeville Fire Department, including time as a firefighter and a trustee, which is pretty amazing.
Agreed. Thank you for pointing that out, Member Alsasser. Any other thing would like to be pulled? If not, please vote.
Hopefully you all are able to see the view. Yes? Eden has voted, so Jennifer. So let's see.
I backed out. Last time I backed out.
Yep, there it is. It's that. Member Rosenbaum? let me refresh my computer and see if it populates it. Yes, I have it. You're good. Let's see who's not on here. Okay. And Member Alcesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure that I've got everybody. Okay. Seventeen ayes. Yes. Member Daley, were you an aye? Okay. Okay. Because it was on there. She must have clicked it before, because she was a yes. Okay. I apologize for it taking so long, but again, this is our first time using it as a whole group, and getting used to reading all the screens is a little different. So I apologize for that. So that would make that, and I'm going to make the correction so that our minutes will reflect the correct votes. And that would be 18 ayes. Now we go back to the pulled C12. C12 will be a voice vote. With the new system, it does not allow me to go back in and create a new voting record. So that would be a roll call vote. I will call each one of your names and you will cast your vote. Right, after the motion and second.
Is there a motion for C12? Member Daley, Member Duncan. Member Ricker?
Yeah, and I will be abstaining as one of the bidders is a client of mine.
Any other questions or comments about C12? Seeing none, roll call.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daley?
Aye.
Member Dillon?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Elsesser?
Aye.
Member Groves Allison? Member Hare?
Aye.
Member Kelch?
Aye.
Member Phelan? Member Renault? Member Ricker?
Abstain.
Member Rosenbaum?
Aye.
Member Rulin? Member Salzer?
Aye.
Member Williams? And Member Windish? 17 ayes, 1 abstention.
And then before we go into the other voting, we had a public comment that was requested for a man that probably needs no introduction and knows many of the boards from here. He's also a Tazewell County board member, but is long-serving Tri-County Regional Planning board member. But Russ, would you like to come address the board?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman Dillon. My name is Russ Crawford, and I'm not here to represent Tazewell County Board, although I've been there almost 50 years, which they would say is way too long. I am a former chairman of the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission, and that's my remarks tonight. First of all, congratulations to the chairman on his new term as Peoria County Board Chairman. You guys in Peoria County and gals have sent us some fantastic representatives from Peoria County to the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission. Three of them right in a row here are Phil, Paul, and Sharon. All have served and done an outstanding job. There are also two people who are just finishing their terms who've done a great job. One is Don White, the former mayor of Chillicothe, who's the current chairman of our commission. And the other one is somebody you probably recognize, former Peoria County Board Chairman Andrew Rand, who served actually two terms, two tours of duty on Tri-County. He did a great job both times, helped save us financially. The other thing I want to do tonight is, would it be appropriate to go ahead and congratulate two new members that have been appointed to the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission. One is Danny Phelan, who will serve on the executive board and also on the nominations committee. And the other one is Camille Coates, who will serve on the executive board and also on the personnel committee that Sharon used to serve on. So on behalf of Tri-County, we have a close relationship and look forward to working with these two representatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ, for all you do.
Next, we're at zoning ordinances and resolutions. Item number 1 is case ZBA 2022-0051, petition of David and Hannah Dutton, a special use request from section 20-5.2.2.1.A.1 of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section allows for a special use when a proposed land split does not meet the 25-acre minimum lot size, nor the 1 dwelling unit per 25 contiguous acres density requirements in the A2 agricultural district. The petitioners propose to split 13.54 acres from a 34.07 acre tract. The parcel is located in Hollick Township. The Zoning Board of Appeals recommends approval with restrictions. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Member Rosenbaum. Is there a second? Member Daly. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Get that? I didn't. I gotta do it real quick.
Member Alcester, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
18 ayes. That one was a little quicker. Okay. Next would be at item number 2, case ZBA 2022-0048, petition of Justin Malik, a rezoning request from A2 agricultural use to RR rural residential. The petitioner proposes to rezone 6.189 acres in order to combine it with the property to the east. The parcel is located in Hollis Township. The Zoning Boards of Appeals recommends approval. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Is there a motion? Member Rosenbaum? Member Duncan? Oh, is there any discussion before we vote? Seeing none, please vote.
Member Alsasser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Let me make sure Eden's registered or didn't register. Refresh. Okay, let's see. Member Hare? If you go back, well, Brooke will come. No, he hasn't voted yet. Otherwise, Member Hare, did you? Okay, okay. So I'll refresh. Yes, got it. That's 17 and Brian makes 18. That's 18 ayes. Eden is on the line, and she's able to vote via her iPad, so I am able to see her selection.
Yes, I'm here and voting.
Thank you. Okay. Says board members are able to. So I don't know why it was not showing. Okay. Did it notify you?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now case 3 is open, but none of that.
Okay, I'll have to go and do it again. Wow. Next would be item number 3. Case ZBA 2022-0052, petition of Michael J. Honiger, a special use from section 20-5.3.2.4.g of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section allows for a special use for a place of worship in the RR Rural Residential Zoning District. A rezoning request on the subject parcel, which is the site of an existing church, was filed concurrently with this request. The petitioner proposes to rezone a parcel containing an existing church to rural residential, prompting the request for a special use. The parcel is located in Kickapoo Township. The Zoning Board of Appeals recommends approval with restrictions. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Member Rosenbaum and Member Rulon. Discussion? I don't think so for that one, did he? Did he abstain in land use? Well, those were the road contracts.
Mr. Kelch, did you abstain at land use on these next three? So you'll abstain at this vote as well? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Is there an abstain option on the iPad?
Yes, there is.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Where's Sherry? Yes, Paul? I'm
Paul.
sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to explain a little bit on these next three. Is a church is wanting to sell off some property to one of the neighbors and wanting to sell off their parsonage with some property to someone else, and so that's why the first one is having to rezone the church again. It's right outside of the village of Kickapoo, but it's not in the village limits. So that just gives a little background on why there's the next three, or this one and the next two are all on the same docket of to get everything done at one shot. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Rosenbaum. Any further discussion? So I guess Member Couch would be abstaining because the road commissioner had submitted something on this property, or a statement on it. Any other discussion? Seeing none, you ready to vote? Please vote.
Mine doesn't say view. Huh? Okay.
Member Elsesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Supposed to do. Okay. 6003. We need that 3. Yeah, click it. 3, we're on the zoning. The first, here's the one we're supposed to be on. 3 case. Oh, okay. The 3 is what we're supposed to be on. But it hadn't come up yet, has it? Right there, see, case 3, ZBA. Yeah.
Member Salzer, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
And while we're voting, I need to thank Member Couch because I never thought I'd see the day that Member Salzer would be having an iPad, and you're the one that convinced him to have an iPad.
And he's doing good with it. That's 17 ayes and 1 abstention.
We're up to is this one right here. No, that's the one we just, no. Okay. Yeah, 3, now we're on 4. Okay. Okay.
I've never seen that show up. Showing board members. If you like.
So they have they have the clock too.
There's no timer on here. See? Open or close date. Oh,
Yeah, it's just
that.
that if you see a clock, she says that there's no time limit set on the meeting. And does anybody else have the option to be able to vote on 4 yet on their screen?
Probably need to go back out and then go back and refresh your screen. Just refresh your screen.
Just talking to this. Use that mic over there and talk.
That's gonna be a soft.
Okay. Now, let's see if you refresh now. I've done everything they told me to do. Oh, I see it. I see it. No, it's not open.
Help her with you.
I thought they were all supposed to open up at 6:05.
They were, so I don't understand how. Yeah, let's see. Okay, just to not hold up the meeting if we want to do the vote. I honestly don't know how that got in there. And it won't let me change it. It won't let me change it. I'm going to move to the next one just to make sure that that doesn't have that on there. Let me know them. Okay.
sorry for Rachel because she's
Yeah.
feeling the pressure.
I'm able to put the motion in the second in item 4, which is where we're at. But you said that you still can't see on item 4. Okay, good. Next would be item 4, case ZBA 2022-0047. Petition of Michael J. Honegger, yeah, 17 ayes and 1 abstention. I did. I'm sorry. But yeah, I did. On item number 3, in case you didn't hear me, the vote count was 17 ayes and 1 abstention. Just to recap that. Item number 4 is case ZBA 2022-0047, petition of Michael J. Honegger, a rezoning request from A2 agricultural use to RR rural residential. The petitioner proposes to rezone parcels of 5.17 acres and 6.109 acres in order to reconfigure the boundaries of 2 existing parcels into 3 proposed tracts. The parcel is located in Kickapoo Township. The Zoning Board of Appeals recommends approval. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Member Rosenbaum. Member Rulon. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, please vote.
Okay.
Member Alcester, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Huh?
Go back in.
Go back.
See it like.
Okay, I gotta go back to. See ya. Not yet. Yeah.
Reapproval number 4.
Okay. Oops.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Member Salzer, how would you like to vote?
I voted yes. Should have recorded.
Should I
You
record?
voted yes. Yeah.
Well, it's your computer.
That would be 17 ayes and 1 abstention.
The number.
Now we're on 5.
Yeah, we're gonna be on 5, 4, 5.
So we gotta wait till she opens it up.
Okay. Look up.
You gotta wait.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh, you're okay.
This little thing wants to do whatever it
I'm
wants
glad
to
you
do.
know what you want to do.
Item number 5 is WAV 2022-0004, petition of Michael J. Honegger, a resolution from your Land Use Committee recommending approval of a waiver of compliance from Section 20-8.3.4.1.b.2.a of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section requires a new minor subdivision to have public water supply. The petitioner is proposing to serve a proposed 1-lot subdivision with a private well. The parcel is located in Kickapoo Township.
Member Rosenbaum. Member Daley. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, vote when the view approval shows up.
Okay.
We having to do it every time? Yeah. She should be able to, but I have to get her. Well, no, because Pearl's using, she doesn't have an apparatus. Phil forgot his ID. Were you able to see it? And then you're going to press turn on vote. And then once you start, you go back in for the vote. Mm-hmm. We have 4 more to go. 4 and 5. Member Alcesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Okay, let me refresh the app.
You're right in my ear.
Surely the other groups that they've sold this to don't.
It has to do to
You got beat last night. You got beat. He was on TV the other night. Their team.
17 ayes, 1 abstention. Item number 6, a joint resolution from your Infrastructure Committee and your Finance, Audit, and Legislative Affairs Committee recommending approval of an appropriation in the amount of $300,000 into FY 2022 budget to the Township Motor Fuel Tax Fund for the purchase of additional supplies purchased by local road districts.
Member Salzer.
So move.
Member Williams. Yes.
This is
Before we get into the discussion,
Okay.
Member Salzer, Member Windish, and Member Couch had abstained during committee due to the fact that they are road commissioners also. So just so that's known why they abstain. Member Salzer.
just to remind everyone, this will take 12 votes, and it's a very simple thing. We're just passing this money from the Illinois Department of Transportation to our highway engineer, Amy McLaren, and she's going to hand it over to these people who are road commissioners in these townships to help the people in those areas. It's not going to cost us anything.
Any further questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Member Alcesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Member Groves Allison, did yours go through? Were you able to hit view approval? Yes. Member Windish? 16 ayes and 2 abstentions. Item number 7, a joint resolution from your Infrastructure Committee and your Finance, Audit, and Legislative Affairs Committee recommending approval of the lowest responsible bid of Bishop Brothers, Inc., Peoria, Illinois, for construction services, renovations to the IT services and public defenders departments in the Peoria County Courthouse at a cost not to exceed $1,325,000, and authorize the county administrator to appropriate $998,531 from the IT services reserve fund balance.
Member Williams, Member Salzer. I think almost everyone was here when we just voted on this, but is there any questions, comments? Seeing none, please vote. You're on, I think you're on here now.
Member Elshasser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Member Phelan, you were able to see view approval? Okay. But on item 7, you were able to see it? Okay. It's not registering. Oh, Sherry's okay.
When you had the first meeting, when that was a few bucks.
Yeah, but it's
How you're
still,
gonna, how we learn.
yeah. Mm. Okay.
Too bad, it's only 10 after 7.
That would be 18 ayes. Item number 8, a resolution from Chairperson of Finance, Audit, and Legislative Affairs Committee and the County Administrator recommending approval of FY 2023 legislative initiatives.
Member Williams, Member Duncan. Any questions or comments? Other than a
Mr. Chairman?
friendly reminder, this is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at the main branch of the Peoria Public Library, so please attend if you can. Member Elsasser?
Yeah, well, first of all, I apologize because I won't make it back in time for that. But anyway, I did have a question regarding the $10 million request for the relocation of the post office. Now, is that potential passenger rail service, is that the one we voted on that would be coming out of Chicago? That's my first question. And number two, is the reason why we would be starting on this initiative so early, since it would probably take several years for anything to happen, is that because we're working with the federal government?
So, member, on the first question, the stop is one of 3 proposals, I believe, of the train station if it would happen. And for the second proposal, it has long been the city's desire to open up that land and move the post office somewhere else and still have a retail location. I don't know if the money has been asked for per se, but there has been, it's multi-years now, I believe, Mr. Sorrell, that they've asked for some sort of appropriation to help relocate the post office.
That's correct, Chairman Dillon. It's been an initiative before the city and the county and the region and central Illinois going up towards Joliet got into the passenger rail discussion, or the most recent passenger rail discussion, that the city has advocated for relocating the State Street Post Office. So yes, it's been a part of their agenda for quite some time. We recommended it here because we are participating in the passenger rail project, both with membership on the steering committee and financially based on prior actions of the board here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Any other questions? Seeing none, please vote.
Member Alsesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
I just haven't had any going forward, so.
18 ayes. Item number 9 is suspension of rules.
Is there a motion? Member Renault, Member Bryant. Any questions? If you would like the state's attorney to re-explain it, or if not, well, maybe for anybody that would be watching.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, you suspend your rules, which provide for agenda items to come up through committee. The timing of the disaster proclamation doesn't allow for you all to take it up in committee, so you suspend your rules in order to vote on it, even though it has not come through committee.
Any other questions? Seeing none, please vote. This does look like it's already there.
Member Alsesser, how would you like to vote?
Aye.
Member Hare, were you able to see the view approval? Okay. Is it on? I'll refresh mine one more time, and then otherwise I'll just record it manually. No, it's still not registering for him. I got everyone else's. That would be 17 ayes and 1 nay, with Member Windisch voting nay. Item number 10 is a proclamation extending the declaration of emergency due to COVID-19 in Peoria County, Illinois.
Is there a motion to put this on the floor? Member Williams, Member Daly. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Okay, let's see who we've got registered. It's not showing you yet, and you just did it. Member Alsasser, how would you like to vote?
Nay.
Nay. Okay, let me just refresh one last time. Who's this? Member Couch, were you able to see the view approval? Just, okay. Okay. Good. You're still not working, Member Hare? You did. Okay, let me refresh again. How would you like to vote, Member Hare? Oh. 15 ayes and 3 nays, with members Windisch, Elsasser, and Rosenbaum voting nay. We are at miscellaneous.
Anything under miscellaneous or announcements? I'll start this way and move around. Everybody just wants to get out of here? Oh. Member Hare?
Just one comment. I do want to just give a shout out to Rachel for working hard under pressure here with the new system. I don't think she even broke a sweat with what was going on.
No, I really appreciate you all being patient with me, because this is the first time we've had to do it with everyone. You know, we tried to do the mock meetings. We tried to work out the bugs beforehand, but of course you don't know that until you actually sit in the room with the meeting going on. It is a totally different system. There's a lot more steps that I have to do that I didn't have to do before. We are working with the vendor. We told them of, you know, some of our concerns, and they took note of it, and they're going to get back to their IT people. So some of these we'll be able to work through. Some of them we will not. But, you know, again, we made the change to hopefully save the county money by combining the two systems. You know, the old Novus is now open book, along with the old Roll Call Pro is now open or on board. So, you know, we thought we were doing the right thing, and I hope that it works out in the end. And again, I think once we get comfortable with it, even Chairman Dillon pointed out some things that I didn't know where we can make things speed up a little bit, and we'll work on that between now and the next meeting as well. So again, I appreciate all of you, and I'll just try to do better next time.
Well, thank you, Rachel. You did good.
Key lime cupcake. Okay, cupcakes for the next meeting.
Member Elsasser, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No.
Member Blair?
Thank you for inviting me in.
Member Blair, happy birthday. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Thank you very much. No, I was able to use the system remotely, and that was great.
You were always the first one to vote, too, when your name popped up first.
As soon as it popped up, I voted.
And then, lastly, before I adjourn, I just wanted to take this time to quick recognize one of the finest proprietors in town of Pottstown Meat and a Kickapoo Township official. Mr. Bob Barth is in the meeting today, so welcome and thank you for coming down today. Anything else? Seeing none, meeting adjourned.